Hello everybody and welcome to the brand new Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport. We have just finished it. It is now back on the channel after a month break. It is finally back. The new airport is finished and it is looking so much better. We have added 5 new gates, a bunch of new things. I will be doing a video tomorrow, which will basically be a tour of the airport and all of the action that is now going to be going on around here. So it is completely finished now. I think it looks even better than it did before, and definitely looking forward to showing you this airport now in these these future MSP airport updates, starting with this one right now. So we'll be beginning right here with this Delta Connection CRJ 200 operated by SkyWest. This one is just now arriving in from Aberdeen, and it will be heading out to Rhinelander, Wisconsin later tonight. Now moving into the A concourse, beginning here with this Delta Connection CRJ 900 operated by Endeavor. This one came in from Sioux Falls Regional Airport, and it'll be heading out to Cleveland Hopkins International Airport later. Now to conclude the A concourse, we have 2 more RJs here, beginning with the Delta Connection CRJ 900 operated by SkyWest. This one came in from Grand Forks, and it'll be heading out to Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And behind that, we have another CRJ 200, SkyWest operated, of course. This one came in from Brainerd, Minnesota, and it was supposed to head out to Hibbing, although that flight was canceled, so I just will be staying here overnight. So not really sure where this guy will be going to after, but I assume the passengers going to Hibbing will depart on the next day. By the way, all these flights are from 6:34 on Monday, July 3rd. So that is the time frame for this airport update. And now here we have another pair of Delta RJs. Beginning in the back there, we have the CRJ 900 operated by Endeavor. This one came in from Cleveland Hopkins International Airport, and this will be heading out to Wausau, Wisconsin. And then here we have the Delta Connection E170, filling in for SkyWest E175. Still waiting for that release by Gemini Jets. This one came in from Duluth, Minnesota, and it will be heading out to Wichita, Kansas. And here we have another E175. This one just arrived in, just pulled into its gate from Minot. This one is operated by SkyWest, by the way. It came in from Minot, and it will be doing the turnaround. It'll be heading back out there. And now we have a pair of A220s. We'll begin on the left side there. We have the A220-100, which came in from Houston Intercontinental, and this one will be heading out to Washington, DCA. Then on the right, we have the A220-300 here, and this one is in from New York, Newark, and this one will be making the flight out to Austin later today. And then to finish out the C concourse here, we have the Delta A319, which came in from Austin Bergstrom, and it'll be heading out to Raleigh-Durham later tonight. Now we move on to the D concourse here, where we have 2 aircraft, beginning with the 737-800 on the bottom of your screen. This is a new model. This one came in from Windsor Locks Bradley Airport, and it will be heading out later to Cincinnati. And behind that one, we have the Delta A321. This is in the Thank You livery, and this one came in from Kansas City, MCI, which is where next year's Airliners International will be, which is very exciting. And this one will be heading out to Denver. Then here we have the Spirit A320 in the Bearfair livery. This one came in on what I assume is a repo flight from Chicago O'Hare, as it is, the flight number is 8805, and so that's obviously not a regularly scheduled flight. I don't even think we get Spirit from Chicago O'Hare. It's been a while since we got Spirit from Chicago O'Hare, so this one will be making a regularly scheduled flight out to Atlanta, Hartsfield, Jackson, although that flight is delayed. But that is where this aircraft will be heading off to later tonight. Here is the American Airlines 737-800 with the logo on the winglet. This one came in from Dallas-Fort Worth, Red River Aviation's airport, and it will be heading back out there on the turnaround. And then finally here in the E concourse, we have this United 737-800. This one came in from Denver, and it will be heading out to New York, Newark. And now here's the American Airlines Astrojet Heritage Livery 737-800. This one came in from Charlotte Douglas, and it will be staying overnight and then heading out. It will be making the morning flight out to Dallas-Fort Worth. The actual aircraft was just in a regular American livery. I am going to be getting another American 738 because we are getting so many here at MSP. And just having these two is definitely not enough. So I'll be getting another American 738 model, and that will be very key for these airport updates because we are getting so many right now. And then we move into the F concourse here. We have 4 Delta aircraft at this concourse. Beginning on the bottom of your screen, we have the 737-900, which came in from Burlington, Vermont, and will be heading out to Tampa. And then behind that one, we have the 757-200 here in the breast cancer awareness livery. This is the old one, which came in from San Francisco. It'll be staying overnight and then heading back out to SFO in the morning. And here we have the Delta 757-200. This one came in from Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson or Citrus Aviation's airport. And this one will be making the flight out to, or supposed to be making the flight out to Reykjavik, Keflavik, but that flight got canceled. Another canceled flight. There were some storms that were supposed to hit Minneapolis, but they didn't really hit too hard until later in later on the night / morning. So I guess this was a victim of that, but maybe not. But it is our second canceled flight of the day, so that is a bit unusual. This one, but yeah, so Delta recently resumed Reykjavik Keflavik to compete with Icelandair's service, but I guess Icelandair is not getting competition on this one today. And then we'll get the shot of the ass of this Delta 717-200. This one came in from Fargo, and this one will be making the flight out to Newark later tonight. And then moving along back here, we have the Delta 737-900. This one came in from Cancun, and it'll be later making the flight out to Baltimore, BWI. And then next to that, we have the Delta A330-900 Neo in the Team USA livery. This one came in from Paris Charles de Gaulle, and it will be on the turnaround back out to Paris. And then here we have the Delta A350-900. This is our one A350 flight. Came in from Seoul, Incheon, and it will be staying overnight here and just pretty much chilling for a few hours, well, many hours. It'll be heading out on the return flight to Seoul at around noon tomorrow, so this is going to be sitting here for a while. But that is what this beautiful A350 is doing, and I also love the flaps down on this one. Gemini did a great job with the flaps down aircraft. I'll be definitely looking to get more, have the Qantas 787 and this Delta A350, but I will be looking to get more hopefully in the future. And finally, for our Delta Heavies, we have this A330-300, which came in from Amsterdam's Schiphol, and it will be heading back out there once again and turn around for this beautiful A330. Then here we have another new model. This is the Delta A321 Neo. This one came in from LAX, Los Angeles International Airport. It'll be heading out to San Diego. This is filling in for a just regular A321. Since we don't get too many Neos here, but we do get them from LAX, so this is kind of realistic for the aircraft to be doing LAX, but we really only get it from LAX and sometimes like Seattle and a few other airports, but we don't see them too much here, but I would expect that we'll see them in the future, but for now this will mostly just be filling in for regular A321s, so that is, I guess, what you can expect to see for this aircraft for the most part. And finally here in Terminal 1, we have this Delta A321. This one came in from Las Vegas, Harry Reid, and it will be making the flight out to Grand Rapids, Michigan. So yeah, that concludes Terminal 1 here. That's the majority of this airport, but we still have Terminal 2 and the cargo sections to go, so we'll cut to that in a moment. And man, I'm loving these Terminal 2 lineups. This is definitely the thumbnail again. Whenever we get a good lineup at Terminal 2, it always tends to be the thumbnail, but we got some beautiful aircraft in here. I'm sure you can already see which one is the most beautiful, but we'll get back to those later. We'll start here with our Southwest. We have on the bottom of the screen, the 737-700. This one came in from Denver, and it will be heading back out there on the turn. And then behind that one, we have the 737-800, and this one came in from Chicago Midway. And once again, this one will be on the turn, heading back out to Chicago Midway. I guess we'll move on back there. We'll get these two as well. We'll actually get a better shot for the Icelandair, but we have the Sun Country 737-800. This one, the new Gemini one with the 40 years of flight sticker on it and split scimitars, but the actual aircraft just had the blended winglets, as most of Sun Country's aircraft just have blended winglets. This one came in from Indianapolis, and it'll be heading out to San Francisco. And now here she is, the beautiful Icelandair 752 in the Hekla Aurora livery. We're actually getting 753s from Icelandair right now. The actual aircraft was in the 100 Years of Independence livery, but I do not have any Icelandair 753s, so this is as good as we're going to get right now, and it is the 752 in the Hekla Aurora livery. And this one came in, of course, from Reykjavik, Keflavik, and you will be heading back out there. Icelandair recently celebrated their 25th straight year of serving MSP, their 25th anniversary of beginning service to MSP. So that is very exciting, and we're glad to see Icelandair still going strong here. They've been a great airline here for MSP, and glad that they're continuing servicing MSP going into this year, and even on the 753s. Next year they'll be back to the Maxes, but just for this summer, I guess they're going to give one last heave-ho with the 753s here, and then we're probably going to be on the Maxes for a while, which will be a bit too bad, I guess, but, you know, the 757s, they're probably going to be retiring them soon anyways. If we make it A321neos in the future, because that is, or the A321XLR, because they are going to be getting those, and that's very exciting. So maybe we'll see those someday here at MSP. But hopefully they repaint Hekla Aurora on one of their A321XLRs. I think that would look absolutely incredible. They should definitely keep this livery, because this is probably the best that has ever flown, honestly. One of the best, at least, that's ever flown. And then here we have our final two Sun Country aircraft. We have the 737-800, which came in from LAX. There's no information on where this one will be heading out to afterwards. So I guess they'll probably just be heading to the hangar, maybe getting some maintenance done. But yeah, it's the next day, and there's still no information on where this aircraft will be heading out to. But that one did come in from LAX. And then next to that one here, without the winglets, we have the 737-800 in the old livery. This one came in from Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and it will be heading out to Chicago O'Hare. And here we go. Yes, Condor has resumed service to MSP on the 767-300, not the 757-300, but this is the only Condor aircraft that I have right now. So we will be using it here. Next year they'll be flying the A330neos, so I will be getting one of those models, the new Gemini Jets one probably. But we will be using the 757-300 for the filling in for the 767-300 probably for the rest of this summer, and then we'll see the 330neo next year. But good to see the Condor is resuming service to MSP for the summer. They are only summer seasonal flights to Frankfurt, which is where this one came in from. Just arrived in, taxiing in, and I will be parking at gate 3 on my replica, I guess. Yeah, this one just arrived in from Frankfurt, and it will be heading back out there later tonight on the turnaround. And now moving into the cargo gates, starting with this DHL 737-800. This one would not normally park here. I added these two gates. This is the main cargo apron, and this is only where UPS and FedEx park, but I wanted to add these two gates here so I could have a place for the DHL and Premier 738s, because they do fly in here decently often. So they are a pretty common sight here. But I didn't have a place to park them because they don't have enough space to put in the south cargo apron on here. So I just added these extra two gates here. So not super realistic, but it does give me a place where I can park these planes. This one came in from Cincinnati, and it'll be heading back out there. The actual aircraft was a 737-400 on the behalf of Mesa Airlines. And then our final aircraft here is my brand new UPS MD-11. This one came in from Louisville, and it will be heading back out there. So a great way to finish off this airport update with this gorgeous aircraft. And that'll do it for this first update back here at MSP. Hope you enjoyed the new airport. I think it looks a whole lot better than the old one, and I will be looking forward to keep doing airport updates here. This is definitely a lot more realistic, a lot more true to what the actual airport looks like. So definitely very glad on how it turned out. So with that being said, that'll conclude our MSP airport update today. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you tomorrow. As always, good night. Auf Wiedersehen.